Hey there. So it's winter now, and I mentioned I was going to make some more telehandler videos and some more mechanic videos. So I'm going to do that, but I just need to kind of figure out how this phone works. So I want to show you here something that I'm doing on my windows to kind of help keep the heat in. I run wood heat all winter, and this trailer house is kind of, not real energy efficient. So I started covering my windows with poly, and I had this roll of underlayment for laminate flooring. So what I've done is I've gone over all my windows and doors and done a layer of underlayment stapled on with some poly stapled on over top of it. And I tell you what, it actually really works. So, I just want to throw that out there. And I'm going to show you around my yard a little bit and just kind of get back into the swing of making these videos, so I'm not wasting a bunch of people's time, because I can already tell I'm a little rusty here. But let me take you outside, show you what I've been up to the last couple days. Have been splitting firewood, and that's about half of what I'm going to need to get me to December, I think. We'll see what kind of winter it brings. This was one of the first fences I built in this span of over the last 2 years. I've been kind of busy. This fence is kind of not the greatest, but I just needed something in here temporarily. So all this material is actually leftovers from commercial jobs. It's my splitting station here, and I've paid very little for this. I got to buy the mortar and some of the rebar. I can usually scavenge quite a bit of everything I need. The foundation is really the tricky part. I put a foot deep, 8-inch wide grade beam with 4-foot deep piles on 8-foot centers. Typically I'll go 9 or 10 foot sometimes. This is part of my stockpile of leftover materials. This is some stuff I scavenged from an auction. Some mixers here. Been doing masonry for most of my life. That's the neighbor's fence. I won't go too crazy on there. As you can see, my side is the smooth side. He's got all the decorative faces on his side. And then this last year here, this is going to be a big concrete pad. And I've been building these raised garden beds. There's the truck I was working on last year. Got a bit more done to it, not really much. I had it out a couple times with that trailer. And these are my raised garden beds. I'll kind of show you how I'm doing those. Pouring them solid full of concrete with horizontal rebar all the way through them. I don't lay a foundation on these. I just take a roll of block with no mortar in between and just pour the bond beam with concrete. And with this completely reinforced, it's more than enough. These planters are something I got from a job. I was doing part-time this summer, doing some exposed aggregate, my benches, and a fence in the front there. Got a few things I've done over the years. This is one of the first masonry things I've done here. I never even really got around to pointing it all the way, so it's kind of falling apart a bit, but that's actually solid concrete block, reinforced. Have a bit of stone that I've done on the house. I'm actually going to start doing probably a scratch coat with 3/4 inch insulation underneath over this whole face of the trailer. And it's going to be sort of a technique of a combination of, what do you call that, acrylic stucco and conventional stucco. I'm going to put the insulation underneath like the acrylic stucco, but I'm only going to put a basic type S scratch coat with lath over top. And I should reduce the thermal bridging through. The staples will be more than enough to hold over 3/4 inch insulation if I'm only going with a light scratch coat. And that should take care of my thermal bridging issues. We'll see how it turns out anyways. This is kind of my experiment, my trailer. I'm going to be towing this out of here in the next 5 or 10 years and building a proper house. So I'll get to see if I have any issues with condensation or rot. And you know, I got some more stone here. Got the old Tower of Power. And then we've got the original raised flower beds in here that I did, completely reinforced with block foundation. You know, winter wasteland. But yeah, I've been a little busy, so you know, between that work and the whole you know, crazy time 2020. But I'm gonna try to get out to the shop, and unfortunately most of the work's already been done to the projects, but they're still available to me, so I can do a walkthrough and, you know, just try to give you any sort of information that'll help you get through some of these processes. The service manual was not very clear at all. It was almost completely useless. We only used about half the information off of it, and there was a bunch of stuff missing. So if you're on the edge of doing some of these jobs, maybe it'll just kind of give you the confidence to go through with them. But that's about it for now.